Hi everyone, this is my fifth installment of my blog, and today it's going to be about writing. I promised my friend Katie that I would do a video about writing because we do write together. So here it is. But first, a little update on what's going on in my life right now. Looking for a job, having no luck. But what else is new? Um, I've been re-obsessed with Four Brothers. Yes, I know. Obsession, obsession all the time. Um, I first watched that movie, I think I was 15 years old, and I just fell in love with it. And Garrett Hedlund, who plays the younger brother, younger rocker brother. What do you expect? That's the kind of guys I'm attracted to. No surprise there. But anyway, I love that movie, and I became obsessed with it then. And then, of course, things died down. You watch new things, blah blah blah. But I became really obsessed with it now. I don't know why. I mean, I blame it on fan fiction. Every time I read Four Brothers fan fiction, then I have to watch the movie, and then I'm all um, obsessed again. But that ties into my topic today, writing, because that's how it kind of started. So I'll get into that in a second. What else? I started a British TV show, watching a British TV show called Skins from a few years ago. It's really good. I really, really like it. I've only seen one episode, but I really want to watch more. British TV is awesome in so many ways, better than our TV and American TV, whatever. It's really good. I really like it. And hello, British boys. But anyway, before I get any more shallower, let's move on to writing. Writing, yay! I started writing at a very young age. I always used to love to write and make up stories and use my imagination, make up characters and put them in different situations all the time. I have a book this thick of writing, of all my writing, of scripts and stories and so much stuff. And in writing, keep active writing. I stumbled onto fan fiction. This was about 6 years ago. 6 years ago, this September actually. And at first, I was just reading everybody's stuff and reviewing, and it was really great. I love fan fiction, which, if a little backstory, fan fiction is basically a website or many websites. You go and you either take a movie, a TV show, a book, even a Broadway play. Now they do that. Excuse me, and you take the characters from that, uh, whatever that movie or TV show, or book, whatever. You take those characters and you make your own story around them. You put them in your own story, in your own situations. You can change the ending of the movie. You can write what happened before the movie. You can add your own characters. It's like a widespread world of writing, and I loved it, and I still love fan fiction. So at that time, I was obsessed with Newsies. When am I not obsessed with Newsies? I know. And just reading a lot of fan fiction, I decided to start my own account, and I did. And I began writing. And up to date, I have about 19 of my own stories under my own account. I do have a 20th, but that is a co-authored story between me and my friend Katie, and it's a Beatles fiction. Again, surprise, surprise. Under the Across the Universe section. Anyway, so I would say the first maybe 9 to 10 stories are complete crap. Maybe a little less, but at least the first ones were crap because they were just, I was, I guess, starting out, and I cringed while reading them. But they slowly got better, I can say, and still putting a lot on fan fiction right now. And the story I have with Katie is in progress right now. So yeah. So fan fiction. For fan fiction, I wrote in many different genres, if that is what you would call them. I've written for Newsies twice, Stand By Me twice, Supernatural 3 times, Boondock Saints once, Four Brothers 3 times. What else? One Tree Hill once. The Outsiders 2 times. And I'm not sure if the Beatles, yeah, Across the Universe. There's about 1, 2, 3, 5 of my own, and then the other one is the 6th one, I think. Something like that. So I'm pretty much widespread in fan fiction, and it's great. It's I don't want to say easier, but the characters are already there and they're predefined, and you know everything about them, and for the most part, their backstories. So you just take those characters and those people and put them in your own situations. But it's in no way it's not easier than making an original story. I wouldn't want to say easier, but it's a little bit better. If you just want to just write, but it saves you the trouble, let's say, of creating your own characters. Although you do tend to put your own characters for the most part in your own in the fan fiction. But I love fan fiction. I always will keep writing the fan fiction, and like I said, I've been re-obsessed with Four Brothers because I recently wrote one for Four Brothers, kind of a sequel to my other one shot. It's kind of like this funny prank war thing, and it's kind of just got me re-obsessed. I love Four Brothers. I have to say, is the best fan fiction, most hilarious and the funnest to write for. The Across the Universe being close second, but I have to say Four Brothers is the best. So speaking about the Across the Universe section, Katie and I have written a story for that. It's called In Spite of All the Danger. We planned it out, or we met on fanfiction last summer, and we started talking and decided to write a story together, a fanfiction together. So we planned it out, and In Spite of All the Danger was born, and we started it last summer, and now, about a year later, we are in the middle of writing chapter 17. And it's around 155,000 words. So I would say it's pretty successful. And I love writing it. It's amazing, and I think I put my own character. It's one of my favorite characters that I've written. I love it. I love her. It's about these two girls, our characters, and their interaction with the teenage Beatles before they became the Beatles and famous and all that. And it's a great story. Not to sound conceited, but I really am proud of it. And if you are at all interested, check it out. Fanfiction.net, In Spite of All the Danger, under Across the Universe. And if you want to check my stories out, which I don't recommend the first few, but if you want to, go for it. Fanfiction.net, I'm Sparks Diamond on there. Yeah, I was obsessed with Newsies, like I said, when I came up with that. Yeah. So, now, writing. Original writing. I write a lot of original stories, and I have for years. I love it too. I love making up characters and putting making their character traits and all that. Although I have to say my girl characters always end up the same way, and I'm gonna have to change that. My girl main characters always end up tough and angry and very tomboyish and the kick your ass type. Basically a manly girl. So I need to tone those down a bit, maybe. Yeah. I think it's incapable for me to write anything happy or comedy or anything like that, but we'll try. So currently, the story that's my baby, the one that I value the most, is the one I started writing in grade 12. It's called The Different Kind of War, and it's a 30s mob story. And the Italian mob boss is killed by the Irish side, and the next person in line for power is his daughter. So she's the one who has to take over and deal with all this. And it's my baby, I really have to say. I started writing in grade 12. My sister was the inspiration. Yes, okay, get over it. Don't want it to go to her head or anything. And then I handed it in for my writer's craft project in grade 12, and I got a pretty good mark on it. And then the year after, the first year of college, I turned it into a script. And currently, right now, it's over there. And 245 pages of handwritten script. I know I'm insane for writing it down. And now I'm typing it up and fixing it and beefing it up and cutting things out and adding things, and I'm trying to make it really good. And hopefully to get it made one day. I mean, that's my dream. My ultimate dream is to make that script one day. That's what I want to do in life, is direct and write. And that's one that I'm dreaming to see completed and to direct. And maybe make a cameo, because I want to totally be like Alfred Hitchcock. So that's what I'm going to try to do now. And Katie also convinced me to put it on this writing website, this for original stories, called Ink Pop. That's a sort of, wow, I can speak English. It's a site that you put your original writing on and people review it, and it also gets rated, and if you get in the top 5, that's what publishers read. They read the top 5, and you could get published. That's a dream. I hope to do that. I hope to get it noticed, and yeah, and if any of you want to read it when it's done, I'll be more than happy to show it to you. What else? Oh yes, Katie and I are going to write an original story after In Spite of All the Danger is finished and put it on that Ink Pop site. So we're quite excited about that. And what else? I also dabble in poetry. I mean, I always wanted to write poetry, but I never really had the inspiration, and I never knew how, whatever. And I did it for writer's craft, and I did it for spoken word in college, but on my own, I never really wrote poetry. Like I said, I always wanted to, but where's the know-how and all that? And then one day, I was sitting down, and all of a sudden, a poem hit me. The verses of a poem hit me. So I went and I wrote it down. And that happened 2 or 3 more times, where all of a sudden just ideas for a poem started coming in my head, and words started rhyming in my head, and I'm like, okay, I need to write this down. And yeah, so glad that every once in a while a poem hits me, and I'm quite proud of them actually. One was called Make Love Not War. One's about Rudolph Valentino. One is called Walking Contradiction, and the other one is called Little Red Birds. That is the most randomest poem ever, but actually the one I'm most proud of. There you have it. What else? It's basically all the writing that is in my life right now. I love it. Bottom line, I love writing. I love using my imagination. I love making things up, and it's just great. Oh, side note, I also have written a few screenplays. My friends and I made 2 movies in high school for the film festival. One was complete and total crap because it was edited from the VCR. And the other one came out better. It's actually on my YouTube account. It's called Revenge from the Past. I wrote that and we filmed it. I obviously wrote everything of my school projects. The majority of them are on here. And then the last major school project I wrote with my group, and we filmed it and all that, is called The Bastard. It's also on here. Yeah. That kind of helps me flex my screenwriting muscles, if you will. And I have another story idea after this script is said and done and finished and completed and completely edited and completed, and when I'm completely happy with it, I might either make the other one into a script or try my hand at making it into a full novel. So we'll see. But for the most part, yeah, that's all. I love writing. I always do it. I always still continue reading fan fiction and writing it. I just, like I said, I wrote the new one a few days ago, and I'm always writing this one with Katie. So yeah. Bottom line, writing is great. I love writing. If you care, and you want to check anything out, just tell me, or check me out on fanfiction, Sparks Diamond. But overall, that's about it. So, until next time, peace out, people.